Hi everybody, my name is Ian and welcome to YIMBY Farm. She's a rescue bunny that I found in the wetlands.
I just gotta record this.
YIMBY Farm is located in Brooklyn, New York, and we want to connect local residents back to their food system by teaching them about urban farming and showing them how easy it is to grow their own food, even if they don't have a lot of space. Our top priority is to increase food security throughout the borough. Brooklyn contains the highest number of individuals living with food insecurity compared to any other borough. 18% of the residents are food insecure. The pandemic has only made matters worse. As people have lost their jobs and food pantries have run out of funding, people are suffering more and more from food insecurity. Just like in the Great Depression. To combat the food insecurity of the time, people started doing victory gardens. And this was when they grew whatever food they could on whatever space was available. These gardens produced 40% of the produce consumed in New York City. YIMBY Farm hopes to bring this tradition back to New York City and get New Yorkers growing food in their backyards. We hope one day all New Yorkers will have chickens in their backyards. No!
She wants in.
No, stop it.
Let her in.
Chickens are a great companion to any urban garden. Chickens are amazing animals because they have an amazing work ethic. Chickens will scratch around all day, every day. They're looking for bugs and other microorganisms, especially worms. If they find a worm, they're really stoked for the day. So, a reason why chickens are great, besides their amazing work ethic, is that in this small space, they're able to build compost for us. And this compost is amazing for the garden, so let's get down and look at this compost. So underneath this layer of hay that hasn't broken down yet, you can see they're building up amazing topsoil here. Look at that. So for the 4 years I've had my chickens, I haven't had to buy dirt for any of my garden beds. I've just been using the compost that the chickens have been building to fill up my garden beds for the past 4 years. Let's take a look at the chicken sleeping arrangements. So, this is what we in the farm business call the coop. So I made they sleep on branches because they're birds basically, and they don't like to sleep on the ground because they don't feel safe there. And at night they'll jump up and they'll perch up. Usually they like to go up to the highest perch that they can. And also inside of the coop, they lay their eggs in their nest boxes. So I have 4 nest boxes for my 7 chickens, and that's plenty of space for them. So typically they'll lay all their eggs in one nest box, even though they have the space to lay in multiple boxes. Alright, so I'll show you the rest of the chicken run. So the difference between a chicken run and a coop is that the run is a fenced off area that will protect from predators, both aerial and land, and the coop is fully weatherproofed, so they have a safe place to sleep at night, so no predators or rain or snow or anything bad will get on the chickens while they're sleeping at night. So let's tour the rest of the chicken run as I give them the rest of their breakfast. And the reason I throw their food on the ground is to encourage them to scratch up the compost more. Alright, so at the center of our chicken run is a rabbit hutch. Now this is my rabbit Laylick. She's a rescue bunny that I found in the wetlands, and she's not like the wild rabbits that live out in the wetlands. She's clearly a domesticated rabbit, and she ran up to me and my friends that fateful night we found her. Mm-hmm. So there she is. A great neighbor to the chickens. She's very quiet and doesn't bother the chickens, and the chickens don't bother her. This structure behind me
looks like a greenhouse, but it's not a greenhouse. It's actually technically a hoop house. The only difference between a hoop house and a greenhouse is a hoop house is unheated. A hoop house is great for us here in Brooklyn because, as we know, we tend to get some cold winters and even cold springs. This garden bed over here, this is made out of 100% recycled materials. So this is made out of wood from pallets. Garden beds made out of pallets are great and an amazing, quick way for anyone to start their own garden. My nonprofit organization, the Environmental Action Lab, has made 6 community garden beds out of pallets, and we plan on building so many more garden beds this summer out of wood from pallets. These are garden beds that are located right on the sidewalk. This bed has been ravaged by climate change. We planted these seeds directly in the ground when the weather was nice, but then we got that cold spell that absolutely wrecked the garden. And even yesterday was pretty cold. On Earth Day, I think it was like, what, 40 degrees or something like that? Street garden beds are great. They give people who don't have a backyard an opportunity to grow right in the space of the community. Anyone who needs food can grab from here. And people ask me, Ian, do you worry about people taking your vegetables when they're on the side of the street? If you're taking my vegetables from the side of the street, you need them more than me, and please take them. An opportunity to grow right in the space of the community.
Right in the space of the community. Right in the space of the community.